Dawn breaks over Rome with a softness that feels almost sacred. From a high rooftop, the first golden light spreads across terracotta tiles and ancient domes, warming a city that has carried the weight of empires. As the sun rises, the entire landscape glows, the Tiber flowing quietly through the heart of Rome, bridges arching gracefully over waters that have seen centuries come and go. The city awakens slowly, its rooftops brightening as a gentle breeze stirs the early morning air. You walk along the riverbank, where small wooden boats sway gently in the current. Lanterns flicker on the water's surface, reflecting warm colors that ripple with every movement. Merchants begin setting up their stalls, their voices still hushed, blending with the distant sounds of church bells echoing across the city. Passing under a stone archway and through the guarded gate, you step fully into Renaissance Rome, a city rising again, built on ancient stones, but dreaming of a new future. The streets are narrow and winding, paved with uneven cobblestones that record thousands of footsteps every day. Laundry hangs between tall buildings, drifting in the morning breeze. Fresco fragments cling to old walls, faded but proud reminders of an older Rome. As you walk deeper into the city, the quiet of morning fades and the energy of daily life unfolds around you. The markets burst first, open squares filled with the smell of bread, spices, and fresh vegetables. Vendors call out their prices as customers gather around baskets of figs, sacks of pepper, bright red chilies, and hanging cuts of meat. A butcher sharpens his cleaver beside stacks of firewood. Nearby, a baker pulls fresh loaves from a glowing brick oven, the warm scent drifting through the alleys like a promise of a good day. Rome's artisans begin their work as the sun climbs higher. Tailors measure noblemen in richly colored fabrics. Cobblers hammer nails into new soles. Women spin wool into fine threads, and potters shape wet clay into bowls and jars. The apothecary mixes remedies from shelves full of herbs and jars labeled in Latin, while the perfumer grinds flowers into fragrant oils that fill the small square with sweetness. Children play around a public fountain where women fill clay jugs, splashing each other as sunlight glitters off the water. Street performers gather in a courtyard, playing lutes and juggling as a small crowd forms. And near the ancient temples, their columns still towering, merchants sell pottery and cloth beneath shadows cast by structures older than memory. Rome lives simultaneously in its past and present, its ancient bones supporting Renaissance ambition. As midday arrives, the flow of the city draws you toward the Vatican. The air becomes quieter, more reverent. Clergy cross courtyards lined with tall buildings, their robes moving gently with each step. Inside the Sistine Chapel, scaffolding stands beneath the unfinished ceiling, Michelangelo's great vision slowly taking shape above. Dust floats in the beams of light pouring from high windows, illuminating colors still wet. Outside, the Vatican rises in a panorama of stone, cranes, and labor, the dome of St. Peter's climbing steadily toward the heavens. You follow torchlit streets near the Vatican as evening begins. Mosaics shimmer in golden chapels. Monks tend quiet gardens inside cloisters. And processions of priests carry banners and crosses through streets lined with watching townsfolk. In the cardinal's study, candlelight flickers across manuscripts, maps, and wax-sealed letters. In libraries, scholars read by lamplight, debating philosophy, faith, and the nature of the world. Artists leave their mark everywhere. Fresco painters restore massive wall murals, grinding pigments into vivid colors. Sculptors carve saints from marble blocks, dust floating through sunbeams. In palace halls, tapestries gleam beneath tall windows, while wealthy families dine among frescoed walls and polished mosaics. Rome's rebirth is not quiet. It is expressive, artistic, and breathtakingly human. As night falls, the city's energy shifts. Soldiers patrol the streets with torches, their armor catching fiery reflections. In courtyards, Troops drill beneath the last light of day, practicing formations that echo Rome's ancient martial past. Blacksmiths hammer the final pieces of armor in forges that glow orange against the darkening sky. Political advisors gather in candlelit council chambers, maps spread across heavy wooden tables. But the night belongs to the taverns. Inside smoky rooms, patrons laugh over mugs of wine, trading gossip and stories. In courtyards beneath wooden pergolas, lanterns sway in the warm night air. Monks in dining halls eat silently, their meals illuminated by faint traces of moonlight from arched windows. In the convent garden, nuns tend plants one last time before retiring for the night, the scent of herbs drifting into the quiet streets. Rome softens as the city settles under the deep blue of night. You pass beneath an archway opening into a lively street and then drift into a small square where people chat beside ancient ruins. Above, the moon rises over St. Peter's Dome, illuminating rooftops that glow softly under torchlight. Guards stand watch atop the city walls, their silhouettes outlined against a sky full of stars. And then, slowly, the night gives way to dawn once more. The riverbank becomes still, the reflections warm again. The Tiber glows beneath the earliest light, just as it did centuries ago. Rooftops brighten in soft pastels. Domes, towers, and ruins rise against a sky painted gold. The entire city seems to exhale. Rome awakens, eternal, majestic, and alive. A city built on ruins, reborn through art, and destined to inspire the world.